Asen, CEO of iSpace and co-founder. I support Ghanaian innovation because I think it's critical to any economy or development of a nation if they allow or encourage local innovators to create things. Because take it for example, if we are able to create most of these great things that we see, even like the iPad locally, then we can purchase that in city, right? We don't have to then use Forex. So the trickle-down effect of that is more than what people think. So I think Ghanaian innovation is key to our development. We should stop encouraging all of these foreign stuff that come here, and then we seem to think that that's great, but when somebody does a similar thing locally, we don't support it. So I'm totally for supporting local innovation. I think, to me, people think like trying to use the word Ghanaian innovation, but it's not such a thing as a Ghanaian innovation. It's just a Ghanaian that has been innovative, that done something. So innovation to me is creating something that changes lives, right, in a smart way. Because creation and innovation are two different things, where people kind of mix it together, but coming up with a very good way to bring a solution to a table. So again, it could be, let's just say, our ECG problem, and somebody's able to bring out an innovative way in which we can save energy and use solar panels rather than just use ECG, right? So another startup can come up with a very innovative way of trapping energy, solar rays, so for us to do something creative with it. So it's not so much about this is Ghanaian innovation, but it's just a Ghanaian person being innovative with whatever tools that they have at hand. With the limited innovation in Ghana, I think it's a long thing. Let's not get historical about it, but I blame our culture, right? Because our culture really does not encourage failure. So, but in order to be innovative, you have to embrace failure, right? Because it's a whole concept of creating things, failing and developing things. So I think it's our culture that is to be blamed for our lack of innovation, because we don't encourage kids to fail and develop things. And once we do that, we will be in a better in a better space. So I think we are really fundamentally to be blamed for our own lack of innovation. In order to increase innovation in Ghana, I think we need hubs. We need a lot of creative spaces where kids and adults can interact and encourage each other to develop interesting projects. And with that, as much as we're creating, we also need people that will buy these products, right? So there's no point in me creating something beautiful locally and nobody purchases it, right? A typical example, why are parents buying toys from China? Because when I remember growing up, we used to take tin cans and make cars out of them. Imagine if we had spaces where somebody can teach us how to put circuits in there and make robotic cars. We've been innovative by creating our own toy cars. So we need spaces that people can go to, and then we need mentors that will teach these kids how to then apply the skill that they already have or the natural talent and then nurture it in a productive way. My favorite, funny enough, it might sound funny, you might laugh, but I think one of my, and this is because it's dear to me, you know when, and Ghana people will probably know this, and Fanti people as well, you know when you making banku, right, and all that big old pot that we have, and it's on that small fire, you put it on the pot or whatever they call it. But then we were smart enough to kind of put like a rod at the edge of the pot so that you put your foot on it, right? And then you kind of hold it into place. To me, I think that shows a sign of innovation, that people realize that things were not stable and then they created something to make it stable. As silly as it sounds, imagine if we were able to take it further, right? Like really take it further. These same people that came up with these ideas could have just leveraged on those kind of platforms to create better things, right? See, so like buildings, for instance, when you look at Ghanaian buildings, the structure of the buildings, most of them are just not safe is because we didn't encourage these. We just look at these kind of guys that come up with these ideas and think, oh, that's nothing. But to me, one of the most innovative things was the whole banku pot and you holding it in place with your foot on it. It's just crazy to me. So this is Josiah Eason. I support local innovation, regardless of where it comes from, as long as it's local innovation. Let's support more Ghanaians, and it's a win-win, because the more Ghanaians you support, they can create jobs, so we don't have to rely on government so much, and yeah, support local innovation. Salute.